Uncle Shannon Sharpe is not playing as he went in on Asante Samuel. He said don't even mention Prime in the same sentence. As we know, there's been some back and forth on Twitter between Coach Prime, the GOAT, Deion Sanders, and Asante Samuel, really pertaining to this T-step when it comes to the cornerback. If you understand the T-step is when you open up your hips and plant, either your outside foot or your inside foot to come out of your breaks and make interceptions. Coach Prime was not having it. He said that's a waste of time. He does not coach that method, and that's not what made him the Hall of Famer who he was. Asante Samuel took offense to that, responded on Twitter, or he was the one who started it. It's either or. Either way it goes, Nightcap, Shannon Sharpe was not having it. He let it be known, listen, Asante Samuel, we respect your career. We respect what you did. We respect your numbers, stats, everything. But there's a difference when it comes to the cornerback realm of hierarchy, and Coach Prime still sits at the top, at the elite, regardless the stats, regardless of the numbers, because they do have similar numbers when you look at between Deion Sanders and Asante Samuel, 53 interceptions to 51, 5 playoff interceptions to 7 playoff interceptions, and both have 2 Super Bowl rings. The difference in what Shannon Sharpe said is when Coach Prime, Deion Sanders went over to the Cowboys, they won the championship. When he went over to the Niners, they won the championship. What Asante Samuel is saying is that the T-step is a great move for the cornerback position, and it helped him get the numbers that he got, and he's comparing his numbers to the great, as he should. He had a great NFL career, not taking anything away from Asante Samuel. As you see right here at the T-step coming out of his break, yeah, he jumped that. He definitely jumped that route. It takes a lot of high IQ to be able to jump a route like that. So got to give credit to Asante Samuel, not taking anything away from him. That T-step did help him throughout his career. 2 different corners, all in all together. From my personal perspective, I'm going to go ahead and dive into the difference between Asante Samuel and Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. I believe Coach Prime was more of a shutdown follow corner, meaning wherever side of the field, he's going to shadow and follow your best wide receiver, and he's going to shut him down with no free safety, no strong safety over the top, which what made him different. For Asante Samuel, he was great in, zone coverage, as you can see right here, and he mastered the Belichick defense, and he mastered the Patriots defense, and he took that with him in his career. Nothing to take away from Asante Samuel. Great career. The T-step really worked for him. Don't really have an opinion on which one, I prefer, but Shannon Sharpe was not having it at all. He basically said, I gave you your props. I understand where you're coming from. But when it comes to Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, he does believe that the T-step is a wasted motion. Now, Ocho, on the other hand, he plays it fair. He doesn't tend to take sides, and he likes to, give everybody credit, which he gave Coach Prime, Deion Sanders his credit, but he also didn't want to diminish what, Asante Samuel was doing with his career. And but Shannon Sharpe had enough. At the end of the day, he spoke up for the hierarchy of the cornerback realms, and he doesn't even feel that Asante Samuel is in the top 10 cornerbacks of all time. We know that Deion Sanders sits, at number 1, and rightfully so. I mean, let's keep it a band. Deion Sanders, what he was able to do in his career, it's more than numbers, it's more than stats, and it's more like the athletic prowess that he had, not only at cornerback, but wide receiver, kick return. I know we're talking strictly cornerbacks right now, and it kind of feels like old school versus new school, but I'm not even going to front with you right here. Like, Asante Samuel was a great corner. He did great things. But I'm going to have to side with, Shannon Sharpe on this one as far as like when you think about a legacy, not taking anything away from Asante Samuel. He was great. I literally watched him growing up. It just doesn't hit the same as, Deion Sanders. You can kind of take that how you want it. He played for some great teams with the New England Patriots. He did his dance, not taking anything away from it. It's just the prime effect is football. It's not really getting disrespectful. That's one thing that I understand. We're just coming from two different perspectives for cornerbacks. Coach Prime Deion Sanders doesn't believe in the T-step. He feels it's a wasted motion. He likes to come right out of his break, bait the quarterback. It's just different. Not taking anything away from Asante Samuel, anything that he did in the NFL. Cornerback perspective, I mean, if you ask anybody who you lining up for your corner, Deion Sanders or Asante Samuel, me personally, I think we're going with Deion 99 out of 100 times. Like, comment, and subscribe. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We out.